Welcome back to another coding ASMR lo-fi video. In this video, I will be coding some sorting algorithms for arrays in increasing order. The sorting algorithms I will try and code are selection sort. I think I've done that before. The bubble sort. And the last one is cocktail sorts. 3 sorting algorithms. Note that if I can't do 3 of them in one video, there will be a part 2. But if I could do 3, this is just a one video. Enjoy. So I've got this unsorted array, and I have to code the method that sorts them in increasing order. So that's a problem. I need 3 algorithms. I need to do these methods as above in order to make them sorted in increasing order. So I will try to do first the selection sort algorithm. Let's begin this algorithm. Okay, so the selection sort, I will have to loop through the array and find the minimum. If there's a minimum value, I'll have to swap that position to the start, to the sorted portion, and keep looping through the array until the array is sorted. So yeah, I think I've done this before, but in fact in the last video, I kind of did a sorting problem, except with odd and even numbers. So now, yeah, let's begin. So now I'm going to do a method here. By the way, I've already got the methods here that prints the array and swaps the position from position 1 and position 2, just swaps them, and this just prints the array here. Okay, let's code it. This method I'll be making is selection sort. This method is in charge of doing this selection sort algorithm. Okay, selection sort algorithm. Okay, so now, like I said, I'll have to loop to the array. Loop through the array. I'll do an outer for loop. Array out length. And I++. So this outer for loop, in this outer for loop, it will contain an inner for loop, because this outer loop will contain, will do passes, and each pass is an inner for loop. Like, this is for one pass, the inner for loop. So in each pass, I will do an inner for loop in which the inner iterator will start at I, because some of the array will be sorted as the passes go, and as the passes goes, the unsorted array becomes smaller, and so I just start at the unsorted part. By the way, in the arrow for loop, I don't even have to run another pass for the last position, because the array would have been already sorted. J++. And to repeat this is for one pass, and each pass I'll just find the minimum and swap them. Find the minimum in unsorted portion, swap them with the start. So as they swap, the value that's swapped becomes the sorted portion. Okay. So if and each iterator, for the inner iterator, I'll check if the array, the value at array position I I'll actually have to do the lowest. I'll have to actually do a variable, which is the index which contains the minimum value. Assign it to J. Or no, I, because we just started. And if it's each scan in this pass, if it finds the minimum, if this was lower, if this value is lower, then the value at position I, which is the lowest index currently, I'll set it. Lowest index will be J. And that way, once we loop through the whole array for one pass, by now the program will find the lowest index that contains the minimum value. And then at the end, I'll swap them. Call the swap positions method, which uses this array, and in which position 1 is I. And position 2 is J. So let's try if it works. I should have put it here, like that. Let's see if it works. So I'm going to print the array that's unsorted, call the method, which is selection sort int array, and then print it just to see if it works or not. If not, then there's a problem with my code. So let's try it. It's, hold on, should not print a new line. Okay, yeah, hopefully it works. Hope. I have to print a new line at the end. And it should work. Frick, it's unsorted. It's still not sorted. Ouch. There was a problem with my code now. Ouch. Checks if this is the minimum. Yeah, this checks. It should be right, but it's always. It should have been lowest index. No, I with the lowest index, not J. And there you go. By the way, 6 appeared twice in that array, so I should have done it. So this should work. That works. My selection sort algorithm works. Okay, so the selection sort algorithm works. Yay! Alright, so let's see how the array is sorted in action. By the way, I just put a print method at the end of each pass to see how the array finds, how the program finds the minimum value. Okay, so here it is, from the unsorted to the sorted. So it finds 0, then 0 is swapped with 1. If then now that part is sorted. It starts here. If it finds 1, it swaps 6 and 1. If it here, it finds, oh yeah, this one does not swap because this 6 here, I don't know man, the 6s do not matter here, but yeah, eventually the sorted part gets larger and larger, and the unsorted part gets smaller and smaller until you get this sorted array. It has 2 6s, by the way. I'll just fix that. And there you go. And there you go. This is it. Now, time to do the bubble sort algorithm. This I have not coded yet. Oops, typo. now I'm gonna make a method. Bubble sort method. Public static void bubble sort int array. It's gonna take that array as the input. So bubble sort is different. It's a very simple algorithm. In each pass, I will compare the first and two. I'll first compare the first and the second value. If the second value is lower than the first, I'll swap it and keep taking a pair, and then take the second and the third. If the third is smaller than the second, I'll swap, and so on. It goes in pairs. Passes take. Each pass takes a loop, takes a pair of values, and compares if the second value at the second at the index after the one before it is smaller. If yes, then swap. Whoops, I can't type. Alright, let's do the for loop that does the pass. I'm gonna do int j equals. I'll do 0 because it will, in fact, the one pass will start at 0, at index 0, and it's gonna loop until the value is at I don't know why I said the second name. I mean j is less than array the length. By the way, I will have to change it after as other passes go, because in fact the sorted portion will grow from the end of the array. The end of, like I said, in other words, the end of the array will become more and more sorted up to the start. Alright. Oops, I don't know why. I missed the for keyword. And each iteration of this inner for loop, I say inner for loop because I'll have to do an outer for loop afterwards that does all of the passes. I'll do a comparison which does the pair of values. If array at position j plus 1, because it's the value after, is less than array at position j, I'm going to have to swap it. I'm just going to copy and paste it here. Cut and paste. I'll just swap it. Call the swap positions method array position j plus 1 and j. Just swaps that. And that's for one pass. This is for one pass. That's why I put the variable for the iterator j, because I'm going to do the outer loop. call the right portion of the array becomes more sorted as it goes. Okay, now let's do the outer for loop that does all of the passes. Let's do I equals 0. I is less than, I is greater than, less than. Array.length I plus plus. I'll see if it's going to work. And copy and paste it in here. I don't know, my indentation kind of messes up my indentation. Let's do it like this. That's better. Okay. Let's do -1 because it's become minus I because the right portion becomes more sorted. Okay. So outer for loop and does all of the passes, and inner for loop does one pass. Okay. So I've got this array here. I've got this array here. Now let's try and call the selection sort, bubble sort. And then print it again. Let's see if it works. If not, then there's a problem somewhere. Just test it out. And yeah, that's it. It should have been length -1. Because if the iterator would be length -1, then it's going to try to compare it with that length, which will be out of bounds. It's going to cause an exception, and I'll try now. Ouch, this again. I think I should have done -1 because it might have been the reason why I've done, especially for the last iterator. Index 9 out of bounds for length 9. Okay. By the way, I have not done bubble sort yet, so this is just my first time coding it, so bear with me. I have made a lot of mistakes here, but I kind of I kind of understand how it works. I just haven't coded myself, and this is just coding from scratch, especially for bubble sort. I've done selection sort already, so I've already done it already, but now bubble sort. Bubble sort is just a new sort I haven't coded, although it's a simple one. So, array sorting Java 28. Yeah, it just scans it here. Oh, it should have been -1 -I. And here you go. Here you go. You've got a sorted array using bubble sort. So that's cool. The reason why I got this out of bounds array or out of bounds exception is that because in the first pass, if I would check if I was 0, then that means it's gonna keep checking. It's gonna keep iterating until j is at array length -1, and then once this comparison happens, it's gonna test at array that if the value of array j plus 1 in the last iterator, which is array.length, it is going to throw an exception. So now I've got this unsorted array and the sorted array using bubble sort. Cheers to me, and hopefully you got your tingles. So yeah, and one more thing before I end this video, this will be part 1. I've decided is I'm going to print the array for bubble sort after each pass, at the end of each pass, to see how the numbers are swapped. So let's do it. So you've got this unsorted array, and the largest value goes at the end, and then second largest, third largest, fourth largest, fifth largest, sixth largest, seventh largest, eighth largest, and then yeah, you've got your sorted array. So yeah, that's 2 sorting algorithms I've done. Selection sort. Pretty easy since I've already done it before. Bubble sort, and then here's bubble sort, in which I've never coded before, and now I've coded it, and it kind of works. So yeah, it's a pretty simple method, and yeah. So this will be at the end of the part 1. I have decided to do the cocktail sorting algorithm in another video because I believe that algorithm will take a little more time. And yeah. If you have gotten your tingles, please drop a like down below. Subscribe if you want to see more ASMR content. I'm hoping to get 200 subs by the end of this month. And thank you all. I'm at 180 subs, so that's awesome. So stay tuned for part 2, where I will do the cocktail sorting method for the array. Anyways, peace out.